able to bring the code in. So we need to slow down a little bit. That's why, the fourth homework is a group homework now. Okay, so that should make life easier for you. You work together and try to do that as a group homework. And then the quiz is pushed a little bit backwards. And what else did I say on that announcement? Anyway, so those are the things. But today, we have a major undertaking at our hands. Okay? So you have to brace. Now, from each group, this is what we're going to do. From each group, one person will take the responsibility of doing the Firebase initialization. We'll do it all together here in the course, step by step. I've done everything last night, step by step, so it should be exactly those steps. I have the slides for it. We're going to step by step. But not everyone has to do it. One person from your group is going to set up the Firebase and then invite the others. Okay? So if you guys want to choose whoever is doing it, who has the fastest computer or whatever, so you won't need a credit card at this stage, I think. I don't think so. And we're going to set up Firebase. So today's objective is we're going to set up Firebase. When we set up Firebase, we will create the apps, right? What does it mean, creating the apps? Creating the app means we create the API keys for those apps so that our app can connect to Firebase resources, okay? And we will create an iOS app, an Android app, and a web app. It's not a real app, it's just app as a entity, okay? Then we're going to create the initialization files that corresponds to these apps and inject them into our empty Flutter project, okay? Then we will make sure that the Firebase is working, okay? That we're able to connect to Firebase. And then we're going to try to do a test of Firebase Auth and Firebase Firestore storage, okay? So that's what we have at hand today. And hopefully we'll get through it. Okay, so we start with setting up Firebase storage. Have you chosen who is from the team who is doing the thing? Who is going to be setting it up? If you want to move the desks and sit closer together, like I don't know, some other way, feel free to do so. Or it's okay as well, that every one of you tries to create it, but then you'll only use one of them. The only thing is, with the naming convention, if we able to follow the same naming convention, because the projects have to be unique across Google, and that's why I was saying it's one. Okay, so first step, go to firebase.google.com or firebase.com. And then click on this to go to console. And this should be your Google account, yeah? It could be your Google personal account or SCU. I mean, probably SCU account is also okay. SCU, you're going to use? The reason I wouldn't use the SCU account personally is because once I leave the university, I won't have access to the account and I won't have access to the project. So that's why I would use it on a personal account, just as an idea, but up to you. Okay, and then you go to console. So the way that we're going to do the project is CSEN 268-F24-G whatever group name. Okay? So it will be G1, G2, G3, G7. We'll get there in the next pages. So once you go to the console, you say get started with a Firebase project.
Okay.
What's happening, Deepak? Is everything okay? Okay.
Sir, group name is class number and
You'll see it in a second. Just do exactly my steps. Don't go further.
no,
Please.
it's not.
Okay, we haven't entered that yet.
No,
You'll see it. Yes, you'll see it in a second. Don't enter it yet. Okay, so at this stage, when we say create a name for the project, here you write it CSEN F24G0 or G1, whatever. And then if this is trying to tell you something else, try to bring it like to the same. Then your project name, project nickname, and project resource name are the same. It just makes life easier. Who's doing it on your side? He's doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay? Is everybody okay? Group 1? Yes? Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, Group 4, Group 6, Group 7? Shall I move on? Okay. So Google Analytics, you can say yes. Enable Google Analytics and continue. Okay? Default account for Firebase, create project. Is it okay? Can I move on or stop me? I don't want to.
Professor,
Yes.
our patch is not the same as you.
Christy, what did you get? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I mean, that's really not that important. Okay, so now it's creating my project,
So university.
and then I should get, once it's done, it should get to this dashboard. So it should say my project name, Spark Plan, and it should give me the options to add apps. Okay? Can I move on? Okay, now we're creating an iOS app. This is the app bundle ID. Do it like this, com.csen268f24g1 to whatever. And then call the app iOS app. And this is empty. You can download this Google Surface Info.plist somewhere, but we're probably not going to use it. But download it somewhere. Skip 3 and 4 and go to 5. Okay, who is group 1? You're group 1. Are you done?
Yeah.
Group 2? 3? Who's 3? Is done? Okay, I'm waiting. Just tell me when you're done. Done? Excellent. Okay, so we continue console. Now we're going to add another app, the Android app this time. Similar, we use the same package name, com.cscn268.f24.g0123, whatever. And then also download this Google Services JSON somewhere, and then we'll see if we need it. You guys are done? Can I move? Okay, next one is the web app. Just go back to the same thing and do the web app. And click on also set up Firebase hosting. Now, I don't know how this is going to work with your with Windows, but you have NPM, right? In Windows, you have NPM? Node Package Manager? So, do this step after you've created register app. Do this step, go to your terminal and add the Firebase tools. You don't need to do these.
Node version manager
So, guys, those who are not registering the app have to also install the Firebase tools into their computer. So Firebase tools, everybody has to install in order to be able to run the project.
So this one,
this one, package? Just this step, you need to, everybody has to do it.
Okay.
Sorry, I just remembered that. Okay? Go to your terminal and install the Firebase tools.
I don't think I've installed Node.
Huh?
You might have not installed.
Firebase కాదు డైరెక్ట్ అక్కర్లేదురా skip step 2 direct SDK
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You might have actually have.
Lauren, there is also a plug over there, and you can sit on that corner if you prefer.
Okay, I'll
Okay. So, are we having luck with this NPM, Firebase tools?
Not really, because it's saying that we have to update and then,
You have to do what?
so see it says like unsupported internet or something.
Yeah, that's such neat.
Yeah, now I have it. npm install Google.
Install అయింది.
Mine's the same. Yeah, try it a few times.
మంచి అయిపోయిందా?
Did you install it?
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, you have the same version I do, I think. Oh, I got errors too.
But wait a second, if NPM install -2 Firebase tools is
Sudo.
what you
You have to
install,
do
right?
sudo.
What happened?
Install Google.
నాకు రాదు.
So Firebase tools, dash tools.
NVM నుండి కొట్టాలి. క్రియేట్ చేసినట్టున్నాను.
నేనే
And it's 641 packages in 6 seconds.
it shows
Wait,
something
it
like
works.
643 packages in 16 seconds.
I got
Okay,
600.
what you can do is you can say Firebase login. At this stage, you can say Firebase login and try to log in to your Google account and see if it works. I mean, especially for those who are trying to do the whole setup, they need to do it. Otherwise, we can't continue.
They like allow Firebase to like CLI suite usage.
You allow Firebase CLI to see, edit, configure, and delete your Google Cloud data, and see the email address for your Google account.
There's nothing Google doesn't know about you, so don't worry about it. Yes.
But is Google asking permission?
So say Firebase log out, and then Firebase. So if you're already logged into Firebase for whatever reason, just say Firebase log out, and then log in again with a new email.
I use SCU email, but
Firebase login. అందరు కొట్టాలా?
do we have to run Firebase in it?
Firebase to collect.
No, not yet.
He said we cannot access it after we graduate this.
No, you don't have to do it.
Firebase login.
We'll do something else.
Sir, after the login, should we initiate the project?
So I cannot hear you.
After logging in, should we initiate the project?
No. Just log in to make sure that you can log in, that's all. The initiation of the project will be done by another command called flutterfire. Okay, and what it will do, let me explain. What the flutterfire CLI, what that will do is it will connect to your project that you created, and under your project you created 3 apps. It is automatically taking the information from these apps and creating the initialization file for your Flutter app. Okay, and during that process, it's also doing the Firebase init.
Okay.
Can we move on?
Yeah.
Who has not finished yet? Which group? Group 4? You mean?
Yeah.
You're finishing. Okay, I'll wait for a second. Yes?
ఏదిరా ఇదేం రాలేదురా.
Usually the interns are required to know nothing.
So
You can find them in Tesla careers. Like you go to careers at Tesla.
Like you said, it's in your team.
I don't know. It's but
但是应该是还是还是就是这个 Firebase
就去这个
Oh. Can you try to update your note? Yes.
아, 주시더라고요.
你看一下你的 terminal 有没有显示？喂，刚才是那个。哦，可以了。Initiate your project， 你有 project 吗？没有。那你要 initiate 吗？像是新建一个。我有 Firebase 就肯定就有一定。哦，那你就说，这 Firebase 是一个像 npm 一样，就反正就你有 default 呀，你有被邀请吗？4号。然后你没有 project 你怎么提高？我觉得我可以试一下。
Because the thing is, if you've already created it, you can go to Firebase console. You can add all the things. That's what you should do. Yes. Okay. And then you can do the initialization on your computer. Okay. I have an idea. So, guys. So whoever has installed it, please listen. Whoever has installed the or set up the app should go to the project, okay? And I think in the project overview, you see where I am? Users and permissions. Here, add members. So add your team members, but also add me. And add, but you add me with which email address?
Do you have our email?
Yeah, with the mehmet@artun.com. But you can do that last. So, email address of the user and the role. You can just give him owner privilege so they can change everything. Easier. Give owner access to all your team members. Oh, me. Yeah, give me also owner, so that if I need to change anything. So, 1 second. So once we have invited all the users and they accepted, then if one of your machine is not cooperating with the NPM, we can continue the installation on the other person's machine who has the NPM working, okay? So from this step, we have the ability to switch to the best, not the best, but to the best behaving computer.
J. River, like the river.
Here, there's this button, project settings, and users and permissions. And add your team members, and then they have to click and accept.
Yeah. At SCU.edu.
And if you add me as well, then I can go and check how everything is working. Priya Jain added me. Okay. See pending invitation.
Excuse me. Email ID is there.
I had also one more invitation, Nivan.
You send the invite?
This one. Just mehmet@artun.com. Okay, so I'm in CSEN G1. I'm in the group ones. Add me as an owner. Add all your friends as an owner, so that we don't have to deal with permissions when. Once the project is over, you can remove the permissions, but while we're doing the okay, I'm already in 2 projects. Very good. Okay, Harshini Jonala, see pending invitation. Oh, I have 2 invitations. Very good. What else? Wasu. Gibberish.
You already accepted it.
Oh, I already accepted it. Okay. Jason Yu. But this one also doesn't exist. Why this doesn't work, guys?
I have resent you.
Resent. Okay.
Spam के link.
Very good. So we have 2.
Excuse me.
2 more. Yes.
We have actually sent it many times. We send the invitation like 4 or 5 times.
But to which address? Mehmet@artun.com?
College.
SCU. No, send it to Mehmet, MEHMET @artun.com. My personal.
Revoke this. MET.
My first name @lastname.com.
Great.
I got my last name's domain name back in 1997.
Oh my god.
You guys weren't born then.
I was, yeah.
Huh?
I was.
You were?
Yeah.
我把它 cancel 了。sorry， 我打了一次。
你开到哪个 WiFi 啊？
So I'm missing just one. Which group am I missing? So G1, G2, G3, G4, G5, G7, G6 I'm missing. Who's G6? Who's group 6? Group 6? No response? You're group 6. Have you sent it? You sent me. Did you send it to my personal email? It didn't arrive yet.
Let me send it again.
刷新一下页面。
这好在ChatGPT搞的那个。
Piyush, where did you send it?
Let me send it again.
Mehmet@artun.com. MEHMET@ARTUN.com. Okay, let's look at quickly G1. Now, who are the users in G1? Okay. Kiki, Coco, Lauren, Mehmet, Priya, and Remy Jang. Okay, so 4 people. Let's go to G2. Who are the users in G2? Okay, very good, guys. This is getting, this is moving ahead. Excellent. All right, I'm not going to check every one of them. One pending. Okay, Piyush, you have sent me. And I just accepted it. Excellent. All right, so now this step is done. So any one of you, whoever has the Firebase tools installed, we can now continue on their computer if the other ones are having difficulty. Actually, yeah, we have to only create one copy of the project and everybody should get that copy, and then we have to put it to GitHub. So you have to put it to GitHub, then in GitHub for that project you have to give permission to your colleagues. Right? We'll get to the GitHub part. Let's not stress. Okay, Firebase setup. So which step are we at? This is the next step. So go to the console. Any one of you can do it. Or maybe even like one part, one person does it, the other part, the other person does it. Because in the Firebase console now, all team members have equal access. Okay? So find this authentication, get started. Email and password. Enable, and this one disable. Save.
What is that?
And add new provider.
Native providers, email transfer, enable, email link करना,
I option disable
email link है disable,
email link is disabled.
save,
अंदर जाकर same project. हमारे चप्पल का
Okay, is it done?
कोई यार मॉडल तो ना
Guys? Group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Everybody done? Okay, the next one is Cloud Firestore. It'll give you this default, it's fine. Next. And here, this is important. start in test mode. And I'll explain something. Once you've done it, I'll explain something about this.
I just can't.
Can I continue? Okay, guys, just pay attention here. So the Firestore has the ability to set permissions on individual document level. So for each document, using these rules, you can set permission. Typically what you will do is, for example, you have a user, and under the user's own object, you will set a permission for that own object. The ID has to be equal to blah, 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 blah. You know, there's a way to do that. If it's, if the user has some photos, for example, that photos collection will require that the user ID is equal to, you know, the one before, and there's some pattern matching, and it will be the one before. But these rules, these Firestore rules, tell you that. Now, in test mode, what we're saying is that allow read write if request time is this for any document. So match any document, allow read write for 23rd of November, 2024. So once the project is done, for simplicity, we're not going to deal with security rules in this project, in our app. So you can just set this thing to, I don't know, end of the year or 2025, it doesn't matter, so that you don't get blocked and get errors, okay? So just remember this Firestore rules. Okay, so what have we done so far? We've created 3 apps in Firebase. We've created namespace, and we've also set up 2 core Firebase services, and we have initiated our authentication with email and password. Okay, so the authentication, there's many authentication methods, you know, Google sign-in, Apple sign-in, the list goes on, Twitter sign-in, and we just did the email and password. And that's the end of this set of slides. Now come the part where we create the connection data for Firebase. So adding Firebase to a Flutter project. So go to the directory where you're going to create this. One person from each team. And test that you have the Firebase login. Test it with the thing. And then I think you can do this. One second, I'm going to go back. If you do Firebase help, it should list you there should be somewhere Firebase. Okay, do this. Firebase projects list. If you do Firebase projects list, it should list you the projects. I mean, I'm logged in with my, okay, let me log out.
I go to Firebase. Project list to do it or no Firebase?
Now we just run to see like it's just to see the projects. I can see it.
你看啊，搞不了，搞这么说了往上翻。对对。还有这个房，肯定没有这方面好，这个房搞出来。其实这个
Okay. So you see I see all the projects now that I have access to. Okay? So are we good with the Firebase login? And you can see the projects when you say Firebase projects list. Okay, let's go back to the window. So this step is done, right? Oops. This step is done. So next step is Dart pub global activate Flutter Fire CLI. You just type this. This one.
One teammate only? Okay.
What's that?
One teammate only? Dart pub?
Yeah, but you can, I mean, it doesn't matter. Everybody can activate it. It doesn't matter. I mean, everybody can do this step with the initialization. The only thing is, actually, everybody can do all the steps here, but then we will choose one project to push
To GitHub.
to the GitHub. You cannot push multiple projects. And then the other ones have to delete it and pull from GitHub. But you can do this step. Everybody can do this step, actually. So remember, you created your project with a dash, but you do your directory with an underscore. Pay attention. Dart pub global activate Flutter Fire underscore CLI. Exactly like this.
Check it to GitHub and others.
Just the first one.
Which GitHub? I think we created GitHub.
Did it work? It worked?
Not the next part, not the make directory yet. Just
You can make the directory, but with the underscores, please. Make the directory, then change to the directory and type flutter create dot.
sharp 对，就是开始，真是服了。准备上好了 CD。
Can we continue? Is this step done? Now, do you see this command? So you go into your directory and you do this command flutterfire configure -i. So this is supposed to be the iPhone or iOS bundle ID. -i or -i, I always say minus. The -i is iOS bundle ID, and -a is the Android, what do they call it? It's not the application ID or whatever. It's the Android package name. Bundle ID and package name. And then hit enter. We're going to have some errors later. but I'm going to show you how to fix them.
Previous, we have to
So
we have to give those 3 commands or only the
no, you have to do all of them. But you create the directory of your group. So if your group, I don't know which group you are.
Okay.
So you make the directory with underscores, not dash, and then change to the directory, and then say flutter create dot. Flutter create dot just creates the default project in the current directory.
What's that SH?
The terminal configuration file.
Okay, Yuming, are you okay?
Yeah.
Done? You guys are done? Okay, now we're going to configure, so this step is configuring the Firebase options file based on the project. It will say found 2 Firebase projects and choose the project that you want to initialize. And then Android, iOS, and web. With the arrow keys, you can move down. With the space bar, you can select and deselect. With the arrow keys, you can go down that list. Choose Android, iOS, and web, not Mac OS and Windows. Which command? Did you do
Directly
that pub global?
Flutter, fire, fire.
Oh.
You have to add it. You have to add it to your path in the terminal configuration file that I was saying. The dot Z.
ZSH.
What do you call that?
No. Just do this.
npm install -c.
I think the Flutter flyer isn't there in Firebase too.
The command that you're saying is a pub.
Look, pub installed into pub cache bin, which is not on your path, so it has a path problem. Okay, so if you want, what you can do is you can type,
Always
you know, you do like this column.
268.
source.
This is a very good problem. You understand what I'm doing?
Machine available Firebase project. Select a Firebase project to configure your Flutter application with.
Code
How would you like your configuration to be?
code
ZSH
చేయమంటావా?
Okay. Look
Which
what it's saying here. Pub, somehow the start pub installs the executable into home/pub cache bin, okay? And it's not in your path. When it's not in your path, any executable that's in that directory, it's not available to you. So you have to add it to your path.
Where do we get the path?
The command, it tells you right here. Here.
Users.
No. That's not the command. Do you run the command flutter pub global? No, like this one. This one. What happened when you run this one? That's the path that you need to add to the file.
Okay. అది నాకు చేశాను కదా
ఎక్కడ
Which platform? So we're supposed to choose Android, iOS, and web, I guess. And then hit select.
Why is it not there?
Okay, I did it. I have to set up now.
Anyway, we'll look at it later, but like this, you can start it manually. So like this, you can start it now.
Professor?
Okay.
这好难懂哦，为什么这个才会？
我不知道，他
So you create the directory. Okay.
What app is that?
You're supposed to take that whole line and put it in this file.
Which group are you?
This one. Like this. Just show up like this.
You don't have Flutter installed. How can you? How were you running things on your machine before?
What? Would you have what?
Yeah, you have to
Restart the
install
terminal?
Flutter. You have
After you
Flutter.
update the files?
Yeah.
Is yours
I did
working?
that too.
I have, but I didn't try this.
So you have to have Flutter in your path. I can't do anything. Yes, I mean those guys. You have to have the Flutter there. Okay. Somehow it's.
Go to the.
Firebase didn't CLI, but your Firebase.
Go to the Flutter.
New one is CSEN, whatever.
We need to add this part to either of these pages.
Yeah, so like, I think this one's the biggest. I was looking for measures.
We added this part in this .ghs.
Okay. You don't have it. Do you understand what I did? Huh? Did you understand what I did? Okay. So the error was it installed the Flutter file, but it's warning you that it's saying I installed it into podcache bin, but your path doesn't have access to it. So if you want to call Flutter file, you won't be able to call it. And now what I've done is I've gone to a Z-shell resource file and added that podcache bin into your export path. So now Flutterfire is exported. You understand what I'm saying?
Code.
What happened?
This
Okay?
symbol.
బాడీ ఫైల్ ఏంటో మనకు తెలియదు
ZSH అని
లేదు నీకు నేను ZSH నేను పెట్టినప్పుడు నీకు ZSH మీరు స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను
కోడ్ లేదా VS కోడ్ లా
It's not available. Read
VS
what it
కోడ్
says
సెట్
here.
అవ్వలేదా మీరు కోడ్ గా పెట్టలేదా
How install the executable is the home cache bin, which is not on your path. So you can do it by adding this to your Z-shell RC. Is that your Z-shell RC?
Check
Okay,
dot
save it.
period.
Okay, now where are you trying to? Here. Okay, so what you have to do is that source space tilde slash dot Z-shell RC.
No, like you're not on
Source,
this.
not SRC. Space tilde slash dot CSHRC. And now check if Flutterfire is working. Okay, if others have the same problem, please help them.
And then
So
restart
are you
it.
guys getting Flutter? Got the link to Flutter.
I don't download the
You couldn't download the file.
Last week was doing a lot start.
Create a new project దగ్గర వదిలేండి.
Now
Let me see.
do classifier. See if we get Yeah, now you can. Now it's working. Go to the direct. No, go to the directory where the project is.
Oh, the one we did. Okay.
But you did flutter create.
Oh, you don't have NPM.
Okay, so download the npm.
ఏమైంది pregnancy ఉందా నీకు?
No, NPM for this. Yeah, install NPM of your machine. We had this way back in the very beginning. You had to install NPM. Remember?
Like geometry stuff.
ఇక్కడే ఉన్నారు.
It's like optimization or iteration or something.
Okay, are we able to get to this stage, guys? Not yet.
Should we click?
We run a dark fan.
Should we click on create new project?
What was your internal question?
It was an interview. It was like an online assessment. It wasn't like So I don't think I'm going to response. There's no you have to add it to your bash.
Can we do it on the back?
Your bash. Yeah, so just select the project, first enter, and then now you deselect macOS like this. Yeah, and then you press enter.
By entering it.
Oh, you press space.
వాళ్ళు చెప్పారా
Just use space to
Yes,
select.
it was they were like
these are Mac OS and Windows.
You did select it.
Space.
oh yeah.
And Windows.
Yeah, I haven't received mine. I received it from like other ones. Like I didn't want to download it.
So when did it give you the error?
Add this to your shell's config, right? This is the config. So I added it here. Yeah.
నేరుగా దెంగే
నీ దాంట్లో నువ్వు కదా స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి.
గేమ్ ఆడడం ఫ్రెండ్స్ అంటే
Sejam. Function about that.
Should I just read?
Yeah, but it doesn't make
But
But you were already in
I know, but I just want to like just keep giving me random systems like every
Pixel only different type of packs పెట్టుకో పైన మాత్రం అన్ని
more about like I don't have to wait.
Upgrade, erase some local configurations and do stuff. Upgrade, erase
No, that was when you were playing with it. You went to the SDK files and made some changes. That's why it was complaining. But you shouldn't have made those changes.
Fire.
I just know that a lot of jobs that I applied for recently, they all look like
game
Okay, whoever can, please just go through, select this, and then open the project. After doing that step, open the project in VS Code. And in VS Code, you should see this file. So the main.dart is the default file for Flutter Create, and Firebase options.dart is what you should get. Okay, so where are you? What's up? But you installed it, right? But where did you install the Dart pub? This one. Activate.
Oh.
So you didn't install it.
Oh.
You had active there.
Oh.
Okay, because you also don't have the path. Do you understand? So it's not in your path. So what you have to do is
open folder button code yes code open folder la Vamsi Krishna navla left adanu parleda em mata ida bada
For me, this is my state.
Which model is it?
I think it's F. So like right after this one.
Impel Ravi.
我看你是写 on tab。
నీ యూజర్ కదా బేసికల్లీ నీ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ డెస్క్టాప్ అవన్నీ ఏదైతే ప్లేస్లో ఉందో దాంట్లో ఉంటుంది ఆ లెవెల్లో ఉండిద్ది
这里 push 它，然后
So
上
I
来。
to get out of here, you have to press escape. Right, press escape.
CSEN మనం ఇప్పుడు క్రియేట్ చేసాం
越来越高，越来越高了。
对呀，
那升级有用。
你在这一页的这个 bar 是写
yes.
Yeah, I
చూద్దాం
a software engineer at a
Download
university.
వీడికి రాలా రెడ్ డాట్ పడింది డైరెక్ట్గా
లైబ్రరీ ఓపెన్ చేసి
లైబ్రరీ రెడ్ డాట్ పడింది డైరెక్ట్గా
Okay.
excuse
Sorry, you thought that my computer was 15% battery.
Yes.
so basically we did all of this
No, we did. I got it. I did all of it.
So what's
Not
not
any
happening?
I'm not able to find Firebase
So it was like half an hour.
Yeah, I have it.
好了，文件也出了，哦，后面还没有，但是他要搞到上一页去，对吧？
老师是不是帮我们弄了？只是到那个 create 点是过不过？
create 点刚刚就应该完了，那我们现在不是要做那个点 com 刚才
డైరెక్ట్గా లోకి వెళ్దామా
Yeah, because it's like simulation and stuff. You have to like simulate it's about to
Is
happen.
yours working? Did you get it?
I did get it, but I cannot build it. It's saying like it's this package or whatever. It's not okay.
Yeah, you have to add Firebase code. That's what I get to.
没有当归
Analyze the data from the simulations to
Do you see this? Josim,
make like half and half.
this command, flutter pub add Firebase code. Yes.
I got it.
Download the PM. I have Rust.
You don't have it.
Are you in the directory?
Yeah, stuff like that. So
Will this
like they gave me like
Do you run it in that folder or do you run it in another folder?
the wiki or something. So like they'll give it to you on Friday night.
It's created.
Or something like that,
Now,
or like Saturday morning. So you have the wiki created. Normally it's like a very
ఆధునిక
so you have so Dart pub global activate Flutterfly.
well, yeah, you submit it and then then you have another interview task. If they don't like it, they just don't respond. Or they just say rejection. Whatever.
这是根目那个呀，
有了。
మీకు వచ్చిందా
但是不能下在这步了，但是接下来要做
这个的。啊，但是
మా దాంట్లో కూడా వీడొక్కడికే వచ్చింది వచ్చిందా
So it's like better now to do it like live interviews because then you can actually ask them questions.
So which Flutterfire? So then put the command for Flutterfire.
And then like if someone knows, they can still respond straight away. Cheating right now. It makes more sense. Just keep giving out like online assessments, which people just cheat anyways. Like it doesn't.
Okay, go to Firebase. Open the code. Yes. Are you guys done? You need help. Okay.
We have this这什么态度？
建个项目。
Okay. Now we can run it.
No, Professor. Let me show you. Flutter design project configuration.
Minus A. Because you're not enough.
Two like technical interviews where they ask me questions like concepts.
Which direction did you put your project in?
My subjects.
So run that command in your.
Oh, in the profile. Where we have now.
But where is the project folder?
That's in the this is the project.
Okay, go there. Oh, do the phone. Is this where the project? No.
ఫైన్ ఇది ఇలా వస్తుందిరా అయితే మనవి ఉన్నాయి చూడు ఈ ఎర్రర్స్ కాకుండా ఎక్సెప్షన్స్ కాకుండా డైరెక్ట్ ఇలా వచ్చేస్తాయి మంటగడ్డ ఇరా పెట్టామా జమ్ కొట్టు ఇన్స్టాల్ కొట్టు ఎక్స్కోడ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ మాకు అదే ఎర్రర్స్ ఉన్నాయి మన దాంట్లో లేవు ఎవరికి తగ్గలేమో అయిపోయింది అది మళ్ళీ వెనకాల నుంచి స్టార్ట్ మా దాంట్లో రూపీ ఉంది సరే మా దాంట్లో లేదు మళ్ళీ స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి మైనస్
Some section like you can always do overload.
Yeah.
She can't see.
Mother లేదు మీ దాంట్లో
Never seen it.
I have to install
Couldn't add the iOS app.
Wait, is it the bin?
Because yeah, this Xcode project something.
Xcode project ఉండాలి.
Huh?
You need Xcode
The
project.
warning.
You need Ruby version.
Oh, I have it.
So help me, help her, please.
I have it.
Sudo jump.
Sorry.
My parents are okay with me starting a business.
So those who have been able to go, I mean, why didn't I make this file available to
Project,
you guys?
That's what I was thinking.
It's basically
Now laptop.
మళ్ళీ మైనస్ హై కోడ్ బటర్ఫ్లై మైనస్
I think everyone's past that. I don't know. I think they're up to this bit.
ఎంటర్ కొట్టి
Let's just put it here.
I want to get to it.
manual 页面调出来。
ఎందుకని వచ్చింది రూబీ లేదు
So in Camino, I put this link to the thing, this install Firebase to Flutter project, so you don't have to. You can go here by yourself, and the thing is, you have to add these commands to your main.dart file. So once you solve the problem with Firebase core, you at the beginning of your main, just before run app, you have to add these commands. You can see it in Camino. If you want to go to Camino and you can see the presentation.
I tried, but
What does it show? Can you refresh? Did I not publish it?
maybe not.
It's not published. I'm sorry. It's fine. It's published now. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm coming down. I hope we can get this done today for everybody.
Initialize Firebase.
Which directory?
Oh, you have a problem with Xcode. Piyush, no, not Piyush, Satya, can you help him with this Xcode problem? No, I think
Means what? The truth. Needs to make sure that the native platform channels initialize so Firebase can initialize. Whatever that means. We just Flutter like this.
对，他不好用，我没有试，我只是试这个。哦，它的 command。
就是 Flutter 的时候要用 Flutter 调查，只是说要装饰。
Just go to any folder or wait, do we go to any folder that's a Flutter project?
Say Firebase initialize that.
ఏంట్రా అది దిగు వాడుతున్నారా ఏంట్రా ఉంచాను అదేవిడు నేను నా దాంట్లో ఓపెన్ చేస్తారా ఏ వాడతారా నేను స్క్రీన్ షాట్ తీసి డైరెక్ట్ కోడ్ కింద
ప్రతిదీ
ఆమె డేటా సైన్స్ ఎందుకు ఏ వాడతారు
Now you have to initialize the path by typing source.
VS Code screen shot పెడుతున్నప్పుడు
అదే చూపించచ్చు కదా
Okay, now you can see close the fire. Now,
కాంపిటీషన్స్ కదా
you
అలానే ఉంటుంది చూడండి.
It initializes Firebase for the app.
create a folder or
The current platform, iOS. It says very important. Check package name for app.
actually do the following.
ఏంద్రా మీరు
Open VS Code.
Wait, found one Firebase project. Select a Firebase project. Configure your folder.
There's no
Go
way
to
to
the
use it.
directory where you want to do it.
Select.
You have to make the
File the app.
function
Platform.
remove the future
Which
Also, you want to create new
Wow.
and type the name of the folder, the CSEN, whatever CSEN.
మెయిన్ డాట్ ఉందా ఇక్కడ వరకు ఇక్కడ వరకు ఇవరా
Package.
Wait, is it working for you guys?
Oh, they have to be 0, they have to be 2. Very important. Check package name for Android.
So why does it allow Okay, maybe you have to do it in the terminal first. Go to that directory which you created.
然后打一个。Use arrow keys and space. 这样 enter your name.
Oh, I need to
Tab, you go to the tab.
他说要 Android, iOS 跟 Web.
Auto complete the tab. Keep hitting tab. Yeah.
Mobile.
Now do Flutter create dot. Flutter create space dot.
సేవ్ అవుతూనే ఉంటుంది అదేం కాదు
Change the direct. Change. Create a new directory.
మెయిన్ యాక్టివిటీ డాట్
Okay, guys, the most important part I'm trying to get to is this part. Is this part to initialize the app? And then we're going to go to these files. Android app src main kotlin com.
Make this change in the pod file.
మెయిన్ యాక్టివిటీ
For iOS?
అక్కడ ఎట్లా పోవాలి మెయిన్
ఓకే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏంటి అది ఆండ్రాయిడ్ యాప్ సోర్స్
So the thing is, it's creating these files with com.example.something, right? It's screwing it up. So we need to change these package names to the correct package name, which corresponds to the app that we created in Firebase.
It doesn't.
Maybe it doesn't do it for you. I don't know. Let me see.
No, it doesn't. I see it now. Like com that example. We have to remove that.
Yes, you have to fix it with the actual package name that it's supposed to be.
ఏమైనా మంచి పని చేస్తాను
Firebase.
అప్పుడు నేను హెచ్పి స్పెక్టర్
Like the name of the project, like this one.
No, like the
ఫాస్ట్ దాంట్లో వచ్చారు కదా
Oh, like that, that.
like the namespace in the app, package name.
Idea.
So even though we gave the correct package name to -a and -i, 1 second, on the Flutterfire configure, it still tries to put it with com.example package names in a few places. So I'm showing you in a few places where you have to manually go and fix it. Unfortunately, that's a step you have to do, otherwise your file, it's not going to compile. Okay? So you have to change this thing to the correct package name. So com.cscn268.f25.g whatever 0123. This has to correspond to the app that you created in Firebase, right? So, for the Group 6 project, go to Android app and check the package name. So this is the package name of the Group 6 project. So, for example, the Group 6 project didn't put the com in front. So whoever is Group 6 didn't put the com in front of the package name when they created the project, which is probably fine. But they put it into the iOS app, com.cscn f24. In the Android app, they didn't. If you want, you can delete the Android app and create it again with the com in front, or leave it like this. It should probably be fine. But these are little nuances that's going to break your code, okay? So let's see the other projects. D5, Android app, yeah, is a good name. This other one is a good name, yeah. So the point is, go to these files, main activity.kt, build Gradle, okay? It's also coming up with this file with this still com.example, or it has to, it actually brings in the Google Services JSON file and Google Info plist file. So these are, this is for the and then in the pod file, you have to change this for the iOS. So iOS/pod file, you have to uncomment this line and put 13. It's 12, you have to put 13. So open up this, this file so that we don't need to go back and forth.
iOS pod file.
So it appears in two places, yeah? In build Gradle, it appears in namespace and also application ID. They both have to match the application ID that you defined in Android app. Okay. Did you guys, who wanted to? No, the pod file is there.
You finish?
Cocoa Pods install.
You change it? The pod file.
Cocoa Pods install
So you see, it's still there. You didn't fix it. This was before. This stuff you didn't fix. No, you didn't.
Choco parts.
Cocoa
This
pods.
Android app build variant,
Pseudonym.
Android app build variant, you have to fix it.
పాత యాడ్ చేయాలి రా ఇప్పుడు పాత
But this has to match
చెప్పండి రా
whatever you put in your Firebase console. So go to console.
This one right here.
Global inquiry.
在哪里？
Exactly.
这里吗？
నేనేంత టైప్ చేస్తున్నా.
So then try to open up the iOS thingy.
错误是不是因为有两个通名？
Did you install this package? Do you remember installing this package?
Emulator.
上好刷新一下看一下。
Firestore? Professor, do we have to install the Firestore package?
ఇప్పుడు పాస్వర్డ్ కొట్టాను అంతేనా?
Because you didn't have. Okay, that's fine. Then just try to run the Android. You'll do the iOS later. Can you run the Android?
Yeah, it's building right now.
It's building. Yes.
నాకు తెలియదు అది
Yes.
ఎలా చేయాలి.
And do we have to install Firestore package?
should we do after this
I'm getting this error saying that it's
Just
not
run
working.
Just
Of
build
course,
the
yeah.
app.
Now you have to
Build the
install
app,
Firestore as well. Yeah.
flutter run
So further plus and plus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Underscore Firestore.
Sticking one. They're probably linking to the Firebase stuff.
We'll try to run it.
before I pray
So that's where I installed
I did notice, but I think that
I don't think it's
should we choose the mobile screen
Demo page. One minute.
Full service is
Sounds
better.
we increment the counter, we're gonna add a row.
లేదురా నేను రిపో చేయలే అంతే అది అలా ఉంచేసా కమెంట్ గా పెట్టి
నేను కామెంట్ గా పెట్టి రన్ చేస్తాను
కమెంట్ గా పెట్టలే దాని కమెంట్ చేయరా
iOS for the last version try installing it with
Did this run?
Yeah, it's running. Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
And you're able to put in the record into the Firestore.
Oh, we'll try that now.
Let's
the
see.
last version of the error installing
Oh.
Firestore database.
Add the following.
Oh, I
So go
see
to
it.
the increment counter function.
Yeah, I added it. Added it, nice. It's right here.
Just search for increment counter.
So Professor, what is the line doing? It's adding a record into the database?
What?
The line, it's supposed to add a record in the database, or what did we do?
Yes, it wrote a record to database, yeah.
So what is it, just like a common database? Or this is a
It's a NoSQL,
NoSQL?
yeah.
Oh, NoSQL,
Yeah, NoSQL
so
database.
it's like one table with an unlimited number of columns, I think.
Ruby update లేదు
Or dynamic columns?
Yeah.
iOS 18.1 or 18.0 అది ఎప్పుడు స్క్రీన్ షాట్ ఎప్పుడు
So we can learn about the database later, but if you're able to do this, and if you see, in the end,
Do you guys get it or not?
if you see in the end this in your Cloud Firestore,
Gotta install Cocoa through
something,
Ruby to install a bunch of gems.
then we have succeeded in
Install the Ruby
connecting.
through
ఎగ్జిట్ కాబట్టి అప్డేటెడ్ లేదండి దాంట్లో ఉంది కదా చేసి చూడండి
Okay, what I really would like is that each group is able to do this, at least one person in the group. So which group are you? 2. Okay.
సో అప్డేట్ చేయాలి అడుగుతుంది అది కొడితే ఏమో మూడు బ్రూ లేదా నీ నాకు మెజర్ బ్రూ లేదరా
ఫస్ట్ స్టెప్ కదా
హోమ్ బ్రూ ఇన్స్టా ఇట్లా కొట్టా సార్ ఫుల్ ఉన్నాయి ఇప్పుడు అదే పాడ్స్ కింద ఎక్కడి వరకు వచ్చారు మేడం
మేము ఇంకా మాకు పాడే దొరకట్లేదు ఇంకా ఒక పాడ్స్ లేదా
మీకు రెడ్లో ఉంది అక్క పాడ్ కూడా లేదు
అసలు పాడే లేదు
Okay. So maybe this will work.
అదే కాకపోతే
లో పాట్ ఫైల్ లేదురా
ఓకే మరి యాడ్ చేసి అంతేనా ఫైలే కదా
ఒకసారి నాకు పంపించరా ఫైల్
No, not all, because you have to just go search in the internet how to install Cocoa Pods.
మీరు ఇది
Cocoa
చేయలేదా
Pods. You have to install Cocoa Pods for iOS if you want to run iOS. If not, try running Android now and then do the Cocoa Pods install later.
Flutter
The Android works. I don't think I've ever been able to run iOS.
Huh?
for the
I don't have ever been able to run iOS.
Let me come to you one thing.
It doesn't start, doesn't do anything.
How do you run for Android? Flutter run?
For the Android,
It works? You were able
I think,
to put the
I think
record?
you have to open Android
This
Studio.
record?
Once you open Android Studio, you have to add
Okay,
a
try to put the record. Because if we're able to put the record, then our objective today is finished. You've been able to put the record.
Oh, we just need to.
There's a like a device manager, and then you add a device. Pick any phone, a Samsung, a Pixel, or whatever.
We just happen to add. We don't have the package
And then
yet,
it
so
should
we're
show
just
up
missing
on
it.
Visual
Just
Studio
gonna do it now.
Code as a
You just
selectable
flutter for
device.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Who was your team? You were not able to run it?
No, I can run it in Android. I've never been able to run it on iOS. But Android works fine, and I created the record. And I every time I click the button,
Okay.
which is I think what you want.
Yes.
Yeah. Do we need to make sure that it runs on both iOS and Android?
No, it's your choice.
My choice. Okay.
I think if I was a computer science student, I would be curious to run it on iOS as well.
Well, if I was a curious student with a lot of free time, then I would.
But also try to run it on web quickly.
Which is on Chrome, right?
Yeah, but did you install? Did you put the? Oh no, I think you don't need anything for web.
For web,
It'll work
JavaScript.
automatically.
Meaning Google app open.
పిక్సెల్ అలా
Cocoa Pods you can do later. Android, try to run it on Android. Yeah.
లేదు నేను iOS సార్ iOS 0 నేను అసలు ఎమ్యులేటర్ పని చేయదు
That's something.
Yeah, the web also works.
You're running Android, right?
Yeah.
Still errors?
No, the app's running, but how are we supposed to see this? This is just the app.
Okay, did you change the code for that one? Go to the slides.
The dog hat.
On iOS or?
Yeah, I'm installing Megan and have to
Super easy to install. It's just a script.
yeah.
And then you just have to update your path variable.
Just after it, before set screen. Oh, you have to also add Firebase pub add, sorry, Flutter pub add cloud underscore Firestore. In the terminal, Flutter pub add. No, there. You can do it. You can do it that one, no? Cloud underscore Firestore. Now, pull that Firebase Firestore. Command out.
మీరు పాడ్ అప్డేట్ చేయకపోతే ఆండ్రాయిడ్లో రన్ చేసి
And then go to your Firebase console and to see if we've been able to connect.
Does it take long time?
ఫస్ట్ టైం చాలా
The simulator?
Yeah, Android. I did the Flutter and it's taken a long time.
This start? Okay, so here you selected the phone, right? Yeah, and then you go here and start the oh, Flutter run? No, but then it's not gonna run the debugger. So I usually just go back.
Okay, group 6 hasn't put anything to Firestore yet.
So you can create a complete
Group 5 hasn't put anything to Firestore yet.
Yeah.
Group 1 hasn't. You see, I can see everything here.
Yep.
Group 2 has put twice actually. Very good.
Pick it up. Pick that one. Give me a second.
Which other groups do we have here?
Oh, you're running into an error. No, go
Group
up.
1?
Go my client or you misspelled it. You misspelled it. No, go back to Firebase and copy. Just copy paste the in Firebase. Copy paste the value. No. That's the one. The namespace or the package name. I think is what they call it.
Thank you.
Okay, so far only one group has put anything into the Firebase.
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Good.
What you can try to do is you can try to do this. Now, go to this.
For whatever reason. Just add.
You got it, Vinci? What was that?
So, guys, basically what I will do is that if you're able to get this thing running on your machine, I'm going to give you a template with a lot of things already pre-configured with authentication, email, and so on and so on. In the next class, we're going to pull those things into your. So you have to create a repository. Each group has to create a repository with a working copy of this thing. Okay, ideally working for both Android, iOS, and web. Please. And whoever it is working, put that into the repository and then make a master. I mean, now you have to really start working as a team.
Flutterpub.
Madhuri, right? How are you?
Underscore Firestore. Yeah, Pub is the package manager. And I think you say space add. Space add. And then the package, which is
So it's running now.
no, ADD add. And then the name of the package, which I think it's.
So you have been able to put the thing?
Oh, Xcode is just being slow.
Oh, you're doing Xcode.
Yeah, Xcode.
You don't want to do Android, or you don't have it. Only has it, whatever.
He's on it, yeah.
Yeah, Xcode is slow. Is this old or new? This machine.
It's old.
Old, yeah. Forget it. Takes 10 minutes. Because the.
Yeah, in your hub spec.
Because when you install Firebase, it takes a lot of the internal resources of the internal SDK of the iPhone, and it needs
I
to
don't
build
think-
a
I
lot
think
of
he-
stuff with
I
the
don't think
pod
he added
files
that
and so on.
second slide.
The initial,
I just had to
the
Google
other
it.
files,
Or was this
you know,
back-
just the Flutter
or-
buttons and so on and so forth. It takes a very light load
Yes,
from
but
the
then yeah,
local.
yeah, whichever.
But whenever you go
But
into
if you do
Firestore
it
and
here,
authentication,
you'll download it and add it to the file.
it takes a long
Even
time.
even after you update the
But
file,
only in
you
the
have
first
to
build,
do
because
get
it's
to
now
download.
building all the pod files and stuff. Subsequent
So
builds will
just do
The first build for each device, or
Yeah,
Oh,
for
okay.
each device.
Okay, so you open up later, it's gonna still redo.
Yeah, it will.
Did you get it, bro?
Or if you do Flutter clean,
Change the code and
it will also.
Okay, so all the cache files are gone.
Or you need to replace all the
Actually, if you
repos.
want, just
all
use
the
another
code
name.
repos.
Just like your name, so
Code
we
repo.
know it's you who's adding
Clean.
the
Yeah, sometimes you need to do that. Clean the whole repo, and then
Pick the line.
it needs to install each
Did it
pod.
this line? Yeah. Instead of Joe, type your name. Maybe at the top. I just want to know. Yeah.
Figure out a one pager for next week.
No, you're missing a package. Which I don't think he added that in his storage.
ఏంట్రా ఇన్నొచ్చాయి చెత్తంతా నీకు కూడా వస్తుందా
So we should add.
Oh, did I? Oh, so you're Vinci then?
Yeah, he's Vamsi. And I'm
Oh, he's one. I thought he was. I was his. So
Facing
the
lot of
package,
errors, man.
the package that you're missing.
So we have to do it like this weekend.
You say flutter pop add, flutter pop add.
Satya, can you help Lauren
Firebase Firestore.
with the same
No,
export
it's
project?
called cloud underscore Firestore. And then hit enter.
Open another window.
Can I just clear?
Okay, see? Import. Import it. Yeah, import it. There you go. Try to run it now.
Xcode.
See if you get it. And then when you click the button, see if you added the name. Just wait a second.
And then run the all of those statements again.
Just need to you should add it into the
Yeah, so what? Okay, you're trying to import things, but
Okay, then click. Okay, now check the database.
Then you just have to push that repo into the main run. Because right now,
This one, define it.
That pod file,
so that we can grab it, yes.
usually add in something, I mean like for
What is it?
我们现在是因为有点帮你弄好了。
You just have them.
So you got the Android working.
Publishing the.
Because the most important thing today is thing was
You also have something about package.
So that you can put is in my local.
Firebase underscore 4. Local 938. What is type?
Can you do Chrome? Chrome. On the same machine that we're running.
Cloud underscore Firestore.
That will download it. All of them. Yeah.
ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి
Okay.
ఇప్పుడు run చేయాలి
Go back to like
బటర్ రన్ కొట్టాలా
తర్వాత ఇవన్నీ మార్చాక ఆండ్రాయిడ్ అది అన్ని మార్చాక రన్ అండ్ డిబగ్ కొట్టు ఆండ్రాయిడ్ స్టూడియో
like command. Yeah.
ఆండ్రాయిడ్ స్టూడియో
There you go. It's important.
నేను ఓన్లీ ఐఓఎస్
స్టిల్
మన ఆండ్రాయిడ్ ఎమ్యులేటర్ అప్పుడు కావాలి
అరే స్టిల్ నాకు ఉన్నాయి
Which
వాట్ ఇస్ ద
At the very beginning, all like each team is
underscore
repo and
underscore
added to
Oh, you did? Oh, did you? Okay, you can do it.
ఆండ్రాయిడ్ ఫైల్
You got it right?
So those who have run it on the Android or iOS, please try it on Chrome
ప్రతిసారి చుక్కలేనా
as well, just to get that working.
I think a lot easier to run it on.
You got it in Chrome?
When did you do the homework? Where did you run it? Just run it in the web or what? For the homework.
No, I run iOS, iOS simulator.
iOS simulator? Oh, so you can run it on iOS?
Yeah.
I never been able to run
In
it on
order to run
iOS.
it on iOS, you need to go.
Keys, I had to write back.
Before I used iOS simulator.
ఇంకెక్కడెక్కడ ఇందులో రెండు
ఇందులో అంతే మూడే
Okay.
Upgrade.
I mean, Apple Silicon. Right now, the Apple MacBook Air M2 is selling for $700 in Costco. Yeah.
ఏంట్రా ఎన్ని వాడింది
Which model?
MacBook Air M2. I need to buy it for my wife. She's using an Intel one. It's heating up. It's like a radiator. It's heating up. The battery only lasts 10 minutes. So bad.
Anyway, I had the 25% discount as
Start and
intern for a bit, and then intern at Apple.
That's good. 25.
Yeah, so big that.
So you can only use it for like one of each item.
I know. My cousin works there, so.
That means you get the 15.
Oh, it works. So now you can
That means you
see
get
if it did the,
Yeah, go ahead.
see if it did the database or add the line and then.
I think it's still I create a
Okay, where are you guys at?
Last step.
Last step. Okay. And you guys?
I'm still trying to figure out.
We got it?
I think you need to download it.
Like this.
When you go to your Mac,
Oh yeah, just copy it. Just go take it. It should be there.
here. You do have it. You actually have both.
ఇది హోమ్ బ్రూ దాని ఉన్న ప్యాకేజ్ డిపెండెన్సీస్ అన్నిటిని మార్చాలి
Already uploaded.
ఓకే నెక్స్ట్ బ్రూ ఇన్స్టాల్ RBN
Actually, it's a lot easier if you go
For like our
already there
是不是选择你要创
RBNB
哪
version
哪一些项目？
RBNB space dash equal to ఉందా అయితే నువ్వు
对对，你 build 没出来的那个，那要不要解决一下？哦，是你版本的问题。
So, if other people get it to run, every time you click the plus button, you will see the record. So if you want, you can change, instead of saying Joe, type in your name or whatever, so that you can see that it's you every time you click it. Because you're all sharing a database.
我是嫁给谁的？哎，谁？
ಕರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು
Firestore database. And somebody added that right there.
ఏంటి ఇదే నాకు కావాల్సింది
ప్లస్ కొట్టు ప్లస్ కొట్టు
When you
Align
you
add చేసావా?
click the plus button.
ఎక్కడ చెప్పండి
Okay, you added the line that is adding connecting to the database.
main dot dot
main dot dot
There's a method.
Satya, what does she need to do for Xcode?
这个不知道是
I want to copy.
That's it.
The movie issue, the one that everybody's having.
It's sudo
Increment count. Can you scroll a little bit? Okay, yes. So if you look at his instructions,
Yeah,
అరే
I
రారా
always
You already have a local expert.
increment
ఆ ఫైల్
and maybe you can type in your name so that you know it's you.
哦，体验是叫
So that line will connect to the database.
Yeah.
Add a No, no. This one is
You're done. Fantastic.
ఇక్కడ టైప్ చేయాలి.
Excellent. So now you are ready to build your, turn project.
Okay.
You have Firebase. I'll show you how to do